Woodkid's first album. This is my review of the Golden Age. So the only reason I listened to this album was because when I was watching the movie Divergent, I heard this instrumental. It was part of the soundtrack, and I was saying to myself, man, this really sounds familiar. What song is this? So when I got home, I checked out the soundtrack for Divergent, and I found the song, and I listened to the song, and I was like, yeah, I know the song. So I thought to myself, well, I haven't done a music review in a while, so let's do a review of this guy's album. So I checked the album out that had the song from the movie, and I have to tell you guys that Woodkid's first and only album so far is very good. It's not perfect in any way, but it's still a very good album. So the Golden Age has 14 tracks on it, came out in 2013, so last year, and it is over 48 minutes long. The singles off of the Golden Age are Iron, Run Boy Run, and I Love You. The good points. The reason I like this album a lot is because of the way that Woodkid mixed his vocals with the brass, the percussion, the strings, and the piano that was used throughout the entire album. And I was trying to figure out like what type of genre of music this album was. So I did a little bit of research and I found out that this album is considered barrack pop / neo-folk / experimental. Now I had no idea what barrack pop or neo-folk was, so I researched those genres, and I found out that barrack pop is a mix of classical music with pop rock. And yeah, you can listen to the album and you can hear like some elements of classical music mixed with pop rock, definitely. While neo-folk is a mix of experimental music and folk music, and you could tell that as well when you're listening to the album. You could definitely tell that Woodkid was doing a lot of experimentation in this album because there were some rhythms and uses of the percussion, the strings, the brass, and the piano that you wouldn't like really imagine in like a regular album. And the way that he uses the percussion was really good because like during some of the songs I was noticing that my hands were moving, like trying to mimic the beat of the percussion. And I was like, whoa. One of the best beats in the album was with the song Run Boy Run, because every time I hear that song, like I keep like doing the drums because of the beat. I mean, the rhythm of the beat is like really well done, I thought. And the thing about the beats throughout the entire album is that they're just simple. They're like really simple, and it seems like you could do the beats yourself if you wanted to. Like I said before, I thought that Woodkid's vocals mixed with the music was good, and his vocals are unique. I was trying to compare his vocals to another singer's vocals, but when I was trying to come up with someone else, like I couldn't really think of anyone in particular. His vocals are deep, but they're sort of it seems like they're humming in a way. Another thing I like about the album is that if you listen to the lyrics closely, you can hear the story in a way. And I watched this interview with Woodkid, and he said that the album had a story about this kid growing from a boy and going into manhood. And if you read the lyrics for most of the songs, you can definitely tell that there's a story in the album. Another thing that Woodkid said in his interview was that when he has people listen to his music, he wants them to think of themselves as heroes. And I definitely agree with him because some of the tones of the songs like have that like superhero like feeling to them, or that just hero in general feel, because I mean like especially during Run Boy Run, like it has like this beat to it where it's like it's all frantic, and but at like one moment it's like bliss. And during another song it has this dark tone to it, like as if it's like an anti-hero theme. The last good thing I'll say about this album is that Woodkid did a sort of variety of like upbeat songs and slow songs. And I like it when a band or an artist shows that they can do both upbeat and slow songs, just to show us, the listeners and audience, that they can do a variety. The bad points. The only bad thing I can come up with this album is that it's not an album that I would listen to on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis. It's only an album that I would listen to every once in a while. And I think the reason for that is because there are some deep cuts that I didn't like really get into that much. I was trying to get into some of the deep cuts, and I did, but for the rest of the deep cuts, I was like, I don't know about this song. Like, I'm not really getting into it or anything. And I don't know why that was, because the deep cuts that I wasn't getting into had like good beats and everything, but for some reason, for some odd reason, I wasn't getting into them. Alright, my rating for the Golden Age. I give the album a 3.5 out of 4 stars. For Woodkid's debut album, it was very good. Like I said though, there were some deep cuts that I didn't just get into that much, but overall, I thought the singles were good. I thought that most of the deep cuts were good, but just because of like the other deep cuts that I didn't get into, that's a half-star deduction. So I hope you liked my review, guys, and other than that, that's it.